I'm so done with my boyfriend's entitled friend. I, a 22-year-old female, have been dating my 22-year-old male boyfriend for 5 years now. We've been living together in a small town, very close to where he grew up with his friend, who is also a 22-year-old female. His friend, Sarah, has always been very vocal about how much she loves him, how she knows him so well, how she has even seen him undressed as kids, and how she is like his sister. They only see each other about once a month, and she has been to our house about 3 times. Something important about me. I was assaulted a few months before dating my now boyfriend. This was something that impacted me and has ruined certain aspects of my life. The guy who did it is a well-known person around the area, which means that from time to time, I run into him. This brings me so much anxiety, so much pain, and the only way to feel better is by venting about it. Sarah was at my house one time. I started crying about it and decided to trust her, which was a big mistake. I told her everything. She knew the guy actually tried to get with her before, and she acted so compassionate and kind in front of me. One day, we were having some dinner as a group. It was my boyfriend, Sarah, and other people I didn't know. Sarah asked my boyfriend what he was planning to do after university. My boyfriend replied, "I'm not sure yet." I suggested, "Why not a master's degree?" Sarah retorted, Stop pressuring him. He's worked so hard all his life, give him a goddamn break and let him decide what to do." She said it in such an aggressive tone. Mind you, I was just suggesting. I've never told my boyfriend he had to do something. He grabbed my hand and squeezed it, telling me it was all right and that he didn't think I was forcing him to do something. Then, Sarah asked what his future plans were for housing. I mentioned my family has a house in the southern part of the country, maybe a 5-hour drive, and that we were planning on moving there in the future. I kid you not, these were her exact words. Sarah said, "Hell no. He isn't moving to the south. He's staying here, and he better not go farther away than, insert nearest city." I was a bit annoyed. Why was it when I recommended doing a master's I was forcing him to do something, yet she was prohibiting him from moving? Yet I was the controlling one? Anyway, Sarah then started talking about ex-boyfriends, and said she didn't mind if any of her friends got with her exes. I mentioned something to her like, "I'd warn the girl first. I don't want anyone to suffer what I suffered." Sarah blew up. She was red in the face. These were her words. Sarah said, "How freaking dare you throw yourself in the middle of a relationship? Are you that possessive that you can't let your ex be happy? You're not over your ex and I can tell. You cried about him the other day. You're hurting your boyfriend by not telling him the truth." She was accusing me of all these things. And then the cherry on top. Sarah said, "Your boyfriend hasn't been the same since you two are together. He's so quiet. He hasn't talked to me all day. You two keep showing affection in front of us all the freaking time. I've seen him undressed as a kid and I know him so well. You're no good for him." She was annoyed at us holding hands and hugging each other in front of her. I started crying over her tone and her accusations. I'm very sensitive. And then she said something that made me cry even harder. Sarah said, "I'm so sure you lied about your sexual assault. If it were actually true, you would have gone to the police. What did he do to you exactly?" I blew up and told her in detail what he did to me in front of others. I was so embarrassed when I realized I told a bunch of strangers something so personal. Sarah said, "You're such a freaking manipulator. Remember when I met you, you were crying over your weight?" Sarah kept throwing things that made no sense. Anything she could, she was throwing it into my face. She has an eating disorder, and she threw my own self-esteem issues into my face. I wasn't expecting my boyfriend to say anything. Not only is he incredibly bad at confrontation due to years of abuse from his family, he's terrified of her. She has been like a sister, yeah, but as that big sister who bullied him as well. Anyway, we're moving to the south in a few months. Like, follow, share, and comment for more Reddit stories.